Good morning. It's April 20th, and the sun is out, which I'm really grateful for because it is, I don't know, it makes, I think, most everybody feel better, but it is nice. I'm just outside a bank because I get free Wi-Fi here, and it's a good signal. The sun is nice because it really makes a difference if you park towards the sun. It warms you up incredibly different than if you were the other way around. I'm sure people figure that out, but if I can, I will park, facing east when the sun comes up, because then, you'll get sun coming in the cab of the vehicle. Makes a difference, especially when it was colder. Even though they do say in the forecast, I don't even want to say this, but in a couple days, we're supposed to get like 3 days of snow, but it goes so quickly this time of year. But we just don't like to see it, because when you have cold winters, when the snow is gone, we're happy and we don't want to see it anymore. And you don't even want ice cubes in your water for about a month. Okay, joking. Anyway, what I want to say is, regarding vans and what kind of, or vehicle, or, to do this lifestyle. In 2017, I believe it was, I had a 4-window, which means the 4 windows down the side, short bus. After I bought it, I thought, what did I just do? The gas mileage is probably not going to be that great. It actually ended up having the dial for, or whatever you call it, the gas tank didn't tell you when it was, empty, full, whatever. So that was kind of annoying, in a sense that I was always gassing up everywhere, fueling up to make sure that I had enough gas. But the consumption, I didn't do any big recording on it or nothing, but I really was mindful of the fact that I think if I'm going to do traveling all over the place, because I want to go through Canada, the States, and who knows where else, fuel economy is important. I guess that thing's called a gas gauge, okay? Just clicked in. Anyway, regarding vehicles to live in, everybody's different. I really, really like, I really like the gas mileage is more space, I'm kind of, depending on where you're living, if it's warmer, you can live more out of the van. And this is a Nissan NV200, which is a very small van. And I'm very, healthy and flexible. Not, it's not hard for me to get around or anything. It's good that way, Now, if I had to come through here in an emergency, I could do it, but I wouldn't want it on film. Because I could put this passenger seat even down when I'm just basically going to be traveling alone. I go and pick my daughter up once in a while, and we, maybe go out for a bite to eat, or maybe I pick her up from work the odd time. So I just keep the seat up in the upright position, which I could easily put it up and down. But if I had to get through there, this is the thing that I think about. And you don't think about a lot of things. That's why I think it's nice to have videos like this, because I've learned a lot from videos that are out there, which I am very grateful for. But for me, I'm probably about 5'7", so I'm not, short, and I'm not tiny, but to get through there, I know I could do it in emergency, right? If I had to, because what I do is I come through I have 2 opening doors in the side, and of course the 2 in the back. But if every morning and night I come and go from the driver's side sliding door to my home, and that's good. I was even going to put more storage behind possibly this seat and come and go from the other side, but I really thinking a lot. I thought very hard on that. I thought I don't want to keep going around to get in and out, coming around. I just like to, especially living in the city, okay, because you never know I like to keep fairly stealth. So I come and go from this side behind me, that sliding door. So you got to think about that. I often think if I had a little bit bigger van, you could park a lot different places and come and go through here, which would be a really, really good benefit in the sense that there's parks in town, but I don't want to, drive all over the city, excuse me. I like to park maybe in front of someone's house if they have real bushy tree and see a view of the park on my driver's side, because then I'm thinking in the morning there's less eyes looking out, because I don't want a lot of people going, oh, there's this person living in a van, if they don't understand it. And sometimes it's more, I do like to stay in the industrial areas. This particular area that I'm in, the industrial doesn't feel right to me somehow. Gotta go by those inner feelings, right? So if I could say that, because I've been living in this van for a year, and then I also think, well, I'm going to tough it out. I know I'm not always going to be in the city. I was here because of the winter, helping my daughter. It was kind of one of these things that just happened. I changed my plans. I was going to go to the RTR in the winter, and I changed. I helped my daughter move and all this, so then I'm here. Then I'm got a part-time job just till June. So normally I would say if I'm on BLM, what is they call it in the States, and in Canada it's Crown Land, and you're maybe near a lake or the ocean or something like that, or out in nature, it's totally, that's a game changer. You don't have to worry. You can be you can get dressed outside if there's nobody around and it's a nice day. You can stand there, get your stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. Which is fine. You really got to think, okay, this thing of coming through here is a big deal, especially if you're in the city, because you can be there sleeping, and then you just kind of, if you want, you can look, see if there's a million people walking by, especially like I said, in a residential. I think some people wouldn't particularly relish the fact that you're sleeping outside their house, and I try to sort of avoid that if I can. Anyway, but then I move around, so you can't always find a perfect spot and just stay there. And I mean, I don't mean stay there all day, I mean stay there every night, because as soon as I wake up, I take off, I go and either, do my thing, walking, pool, visiting people, go to work. So, I always think about this, and just something to consider when buying a vehicle. I know some people do not have a choice that way, so you got to do what you got to do. Maybe they're in a car, whatever works for you, but this has been, if you have a choice to get a certain vehicle, unless you're, really a short, small little person, getting in and out through here is going to be just as easy for you as a bigger cargo van. I know there's a couple of cargo vans that I have in mind that I really like. I like the Savannah van, and I like the Chevy Express. I know that I've seen, actually the first person that I ever seen, I believe, is Bob Wells. That's the first person that I seen around about van life, after, how, if you watch my other videos, how I kind of had all this idea myself, and then I looked into YouTube, and it's like, wow, there's lots of people doing it. Bob Wells said that the Savannah van is a very good choice, all around for the motor and just all around. He really highly recommended that. And I actually have never looked into a bigger cargo van like that. I did actually look into a Dodge Ram ProMaster, but I think I don't have to stand up, and I don't think you have to stand up. If you can reach most things, when you think about it, I definitely can reach most things when I'm in the back of this van. Standing up to even cook or do things if you have a, area, and obviously a bigger van, you have more space to do cooking and food prep or whatever your kind of food style is do you like. So I don't think the standing up is so important. That's for me anyway, because you're going to give up more gas mileage, like better gas mileage. You're going to get now worse gas mileage if you have a vehicle that's taking up more space, and the wind, it will probably feel more difficult driving. It'll feel weird. I know even this little van down in Lethbridge, which is the windy city because there are no trees there, and we're right off the well, my mom lives there, right off the mountains, so the wind goes and it blows. And I had my cruise control on when I was coming in from BC last summer, and there was a gust of wind. There's even signs to tell you when it's really worse. And I had my cruise control on, and then the engine, it was a weird thing. It raced. At first I thought, what's going on? Scared me. So of course, I tapped the brake. But this is a little van. It's not a high top, and I felt wind that way. So I'm thinking if there's a bigger high top van, it's going to be even more sometimes difficult to drive if you've got long stretches of road with no trees and windy area. So there's all these things to consider. I really like the fact that, I've been downsizing for about 5 years, and I've downsized a lot. And you don't really need a lot in your life. People have so many things, and they're storing them, or they have them in boxes, and they haven't looked at it in a year, 2, 3, 4, who knows what. So you have it in your head, like, I don't know, just pretend you have all this stuff and you don't look at it anyway. That's for sure. I used to pay movers or move stuff, or however I moved every time. I moved so many times when I was in apartments or owned my own house or whatever. And it's like, gee, I'm moving all this stuff or paying someone to move it, and I haven't seen it in 5 years or whatever the story is. So I'm putting this video out just to kind of help people, because that's a really important thing to consider, of getting in and out and going through here. That going through here is a really good thing. I often think, man, that would be nice, and you just sit there and nobody would even see any movement at all. So for now, I'm in this van and probably going to stay in this van. It's going to change up when I'm, like I say, in the country areas and all that, and it's going to be a different vibe that way. Anyway, I am going to enjoy this sunny day, and I can't obviously park always facing east, but when I can, I like it, and if there's a sunny day. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Easter time, hopefully with family and friends, and yeah, it's a beautiful day today, and I'm gonna go for a walk, I think, and enjoy it. Okay, don't forget to share your smiles, because people like to see them, and you'll cheer somebody up, and you'll cheer yourself up. Bye-bye.